Hey CG, I'm Akul.
And I'm Keaton.
And we have your announcements for Friday, March 4th, 2016.
This week we have a bunch of exciting features for you before we head into the weekend. To start off our broadcast today, Jeremy Keisch brings you a video to inform CG on the upcoming chili cookout.
This Friday marks the second annual chili cook-off amongst the Advanced Nutrition and Wellness classes. So we asked some students how the event works.
Well, how chili cook-off works is there's 4 classes. We're going to make 4 different chilies. We're making a spicy chili, another class is making a white chili, one's making a vegan chili, and a bacon chili.
How it works is we pretty much just put each class period together and we all make this one big chili together. And each one of us has a little part in it by either finding a recipe or choosing a name or working together to get it all set up. So it's pretty nice because we all work as a team.
Competition between the classes, we asked the students if the class becomes more fun.
It makes it more fun because it puts everyone on edge and it gets them to kind of get going on it. Unlike you do like a lab, it just makes it more fun and we get things done a lot quicker.
I would say yeah, because we want to figure out who makes the best chili. I kind of think we got it because everyone's just like spicy chili better.
Being in advanced nutrition requires a year of nutrition and wellness. So what made the students take the advanced class?
I had a lot of fun last year just cooking, especially in school. We don't have to do a lot of paperwork or anything, so.
Well, first off, it's cooking class, pretty easy. Plus, I just like cooking. I mean, after high school, it's actually going to be really knowledgeable.
First year it was kind of rough, but I had a lot of fun cooking. And then this year I'm having even more fun. I'm doing more cooking and I do cooking on a daily basis between grilling and barbecuing and all this other stuff, and it's just a lot of fun.
We asked the students what part of class they liked the most.
Being able to eat whatever you made, because you never know what you're going to make next week.
Most fun is probably eating it. And I'm a food lover, so it's pretty nice.
Just learning how to cook, improve my skills pretty much.
Thanks, Jeremy. In our school, there are several clubs and activities that students can get involved with. One example for you is Model UN. Abby Darren brings us the video.
Model United Nations is a club in which students serve as delegates to different countries. Delegates serve on the various committees of the United Nations in which they are given topics to discuss and resolve through the opinions and stances of their own country, helping them gain a better perspective and greater understanding for the world around them.
Model UN is all about representing countries and the opinions that they represent. What country were you and what opinions did you represent?
I was Sudan, and I was in the Committee on the Status of Women, and my position was that I hated women and I had to abandon all my morals.
Alright, so I was France and I was on the Disarmament and International Security Committee, and we covered global espionage and spying and also cyber warfare, and it was just really interesting seeing like all the countries represented and like China and the USA fighting and everyone kind of picking sides based on what country they were.
As a part of the Model United Nations Club, you represented a crisis committee. Can you please tell us what that is and what you did in your crisis committee?
A crisis committee is basically, it's just different than a normal committee, meaning you only have to deal with one issue, and it may or may not be real. For example, during the Spanish Civil War, I represented the Vatican, and so I had to use the Vatican's point of view to solve the Spanish Civil War, which was 100 years ago. And I learned more about how the Vatican works and stuff like that, but just in general, I learned about it was just more of an entertaining experience.
How has Model UN helped you for future experiences, and what have you gained from your experience here?
It really helped you see other countries' points of views and their perspectives, and it kind of made you put yourself in their situation.
Actually, at the end of our, once we wrote our resolutions for our topics, we had a World War III crisis, which was really fun. We got to send action notes, and that experience was probably my favorite out of the conference.
Why should people in Center Grove High School join Model United Nations?
To increase their cultural awareness.
And to learn more about the world.
Stay updated on current events. Hey.
Thank you, Abby.
Today in club news, attention, those interested in the RC Flying Club, We will be having an open fly March 5th this Saturday from 5 to 6 p.m. in the Vandy Gym. Please bring your drones, quads, helicopters, airplanes, and any other type of electric RC flying aircraft. If you've not yet signed up for an AMA membership, please do so at www.modelaircraft.org. This is free for anyone 17 years old and younger. If you'd like to observe, we welcome you as well. Please enter through door number 7. If you have any questions, please see Mr. Schultz in room 101 or come by to see what the club is all about on Saturday at 5 p.m. Happy flying.
Every year the school welcomes a new class of freshmen, but have you ever stopped to wonder about how this new transition has affected them? Deacon Long brings you a video on the differences between middle school and high school sports.
He asked freshman athletes the difference between 8th grade and 9th grade sports.
Middle school, they don't give you as much preparation. Like in high school, we had a conditioning week, and then we were allowed to start practice a lot earlier. And also, practices in middle school were pretty short, and we didn't do much other than play. In high school, they work with you a lot more on how to play and strategies and just different shots and shot selection, so they try to elaborate more on how to play the game rather than just tell you to go off and play. Then also, the competition is a lot stiffer because you're playing with people sometimes 3 or 4 years older than you. And I played a lot of juniors and seniors, even though I'm a freshman, so the whole age difference can kind of be a little tough, but it's really just a lot more fun to be able to play a lot more competition than in middle school.
Well, one of the big differences is it's definitely a change in pace. 8th grade basketball was a lot of, we'd run up and down the floor, but there was a lot of set stuff. It wasn't as many fast breaks and just wasn't as fast paced. The coaching style is definitely a lot different. 8th grade was a lot more laid back. And then the atmosphere. There's definitely more people watching and there's just a lot more pressure, but it's just a great time. Just gotta love it.
It was a lot harder right after 8th grade season. We were right into 9th grade. We had weights, we had speed workouts, and then into the summer, conditioning, practice every day. It was just a lot different, and the traveling also was a lot harder.
There's definitely a lot more work that you put into it. There's harder practices, more games. It's a lot more fun too, just because you're with your team so much more.
In 9th grade, we play a lot more teams. We get to see a lot more competition. The pace is much faster. We practice a lot more. We practice in a short period of time, almost every day after school. And the competition, it's definitely harder. And again, we play a lot more teams, but we get farther and we get better.
I think 9th grade football is a lot harder. Not much harder, but it's a little bit harder. More work, but it's also more fun because more games. You just get to have more fun with your friends and you get to be with other kids from other schools.
We look forward to seeing how each of these freshman athletes will grow and change in the upcoming years.
Thanks, Deacon. Did you know that when you donate a pint of blood, you can save up to 3 people's lives? Smit Patel brings us information on the Interact Blood Drive.
The Interactive Club is hosting a blood drive on March 10th and March 11th.
Blood Drive is our club here, Interact Club, interacting with Indiana Blood Center and taking donations from high school students. Key Club did a blood drive in December, and this is the second one of the year for Center Grove High School.
I would say the importance of the blood drive is really just being involved in the community and in a service project that can really be applied to everything, I guess, in life. It's really important to donate blood, and I think it's really cool that our school can be involved in something like that.
It is very easy to be part of saving lives.
The blood drive is Thursday, March 10th and Friday, March 11th during your study hall or STARS when you can donate on those 2 days. To sign up, you can either come back down to my room here directly. We'll be in lunch on Friday of this week and Monday, Tuesday of next week. We're going to go to as many junior and senior STARS as we can, and in the hallways there are posters out there that have QR codes on them, one for Thursday, one for Friday for a red day and white day, that will take you directly to the sign-up page.
A story I remember about the blood drive would be last year. A lot of people said that they were surprised when they went and they had to eat sugar and get their blood sugar up and stuff like that before they could donate blood. So I think that was just surprising for some people.
Be sure to sign up by March 10th and 11th to make a difference in our community.
We all have heard it, we all have seen it. Jackson Keeley can bring us a video on the construction.
Hi, Center Grove High School.
This is the construction area that hopefully nobody has seen, but will be opening up probably shortly after spring break, if not the day we return. What we're looking at here is going to be called the new commons area. This is going to be a terrazzo floor, similar to the Hall of Excellence. Once they're done with this, they grind it down, they polish it, and it's really nice and shiny. We've got our school crest here in the middle of the floor. In addition to, in each of these four corners, we'll have some display cases for some Centerville High School memorabilia, trophies, things like that. So this area will open up, like I said, hopefully spring break time, but it actually leads to a new hallway. This hallway here will basically run down all the way by the social studies area, just around the corner. So if you guys want to follow me, we're going to polish this terrazzo too. This is the floor, like I said, similar to the Hall of Excellence. It doesn't look like that now, but it will soon. As we come down this hallway, there's a couple of areas that are getting completed right now. One is going to be this here. This will have a plate glass window in it, and it will be closed off to this hallway, but you can see through. Inside here is actually an addition off of the cafeteria where we'll have some countertop seating, maybe a table or two in there so folks can sit back here. That same idea is going to be brought over here where they will install windows, or a plate glass window all the way through here. And then if you look right around the corner, on top of this block wall, once it's finished, it will have countertop there too for folks to sit with perhaps some tables and chairs. We're actually looking into what we can get right now. This is in the cafeteria. We're going to go back out into the hallway that will be here. This hallway, like we said, it's going to go all the way down. To the right here, you'll see there will be another plate glass window that goes there. That's the cafe. So once that's up and running, you have an opportunity to get some beverages in there. You have an opportunity to get some sandwiches, fruits and vegetables, things like that. But this is going to be the cafe. It doesn't quite look like a cafe yet. Unfortunately, that's not going to be open until the start of the 2016-17 school year. So not for spring, not right after spring break. So as we come down a little bit further, this will be a door that exits the cafeteria and comes out into one of two hallways. One is the one that we're in, or two, if you look straight through here, this will actually be a hallway that leads all the way back to the media center. There will be an entrance to the cafe right over here. We'll have some nice booth seating against that back wall. There'll be a bar top kind of where you can sit and have a drink and study with a friend or study by yourself. There'll be a tech bar over here. We'll have opportunities to collaborate with some people, some classmates. But also have some of our techs, in-house techs, so if you need help. So this is straight through. If you were to go through here, this is where the wooden floor of the media center is presently. So we will continue on through there. So probably most importantly, for those of you guys that are going to be back at Centerville High School next year, this is an area where they're actually putting in the expanded stairwell. You come over here, you can look down. They are digging about 14 feet deep right here. This piece of equipment is slowly but surely digging down to 14 feet. What they'll do is once they get down there, they'll pour concrete, what's called a footer, to support the block wall. And they'll build that wall back up, and then they'll backfill it in. Then they'll continue that terrazzo floor. So it'll look nice once it's done. This area is not going to be done just yet. But having said that, this is a huge part of the project that it's going to take a little bit of time. Hopefully it's done after spring break. May not be. It's pretty large.
Thank you guys. And that's all we have for you this week, CG.
Enjoy the weekend.
Bye.
See ya.